Hey everyone, so let's try out some Roblox here on the Samsung A03s. So I just bought this phone today. I don't know how this is gonna go. I downloaded Roblox, and we signed in, and that is as far as I got. So this is, I only bought this phone for like 60 bucks, or it's normally 60 bucks. I only paid about 51 for it before taxes here in the US. Believe unlocked, these are 100, 120, something like that here in the US. This one is locked to TracFone, but of course I bought it just to make some videos with. So let's try out Roblox, let's see how this goes. Let's start out with something, I think Pet Simulator should be a little bit easier to play. Pet Simulator 99, that is. I am not going to be having the volume on because YouTube is terrible with copyright infringement on Roblox. So let's see how this goes. I'll show you guys everything. It's like now I'll show you this loading in. It should turn sideways eventually here. And maybe. So again, this is a pretty cheap phone. Let's see, so it's still loading in here. And even at only 100 bucks or 120 bucks, whatever is unlocked, this is still I'd consider this a pretty cheap phone. Of course, there are cheaper phones out there, but we'll see how this is. I want to say this is Samsung's cheapest phone, at least one of their cheapest phones. I know these aren't really meant for gaming, but let's see how these are. Maybe people will buy these for their kids. Alright, so again, this should be an automatic graphics, I imagine. And I have not played this at all on this. Let's see, we went too far. So let's go ahead, we'll turn on manual. We'll go down all the way. And let's see how this goes. Alright, so the point of this game is, of course, to go through here and collect these coins. You have your pets with you. Well, you're supposed to have your pets with you. Mine are invisible, apparently. And they're breaking open these coins here. You can see that's why we're clicking on these coins. And you're supposed to be able to, of course, click on each of these and break them open yourself, as well as your pets doing it as well. Very similar to Pet Simulator X, if you have played that. But that one you kind of click on multiple times, your pets go and attack. Or if you're clicking on this one, again, your pets kind of act separately from what I can tell. But again, this is a little bit hard to tell what's going on because I don't know where my pets are. They're just not there. Hey, there they are. So this is actually, I will say this is playing pretty well, all things considered. I'm not saying it's perfect by any means, it's definitely not perfect. Now we're into this area with a bunch of stuff. Let's see what happens here. There's definitely some frame rate drops. As you can see, my little guys are not moving to the best. They're a little bit slow at the moment. Is this playable? I would say this game is playable. It won't be the most enjoyable on this device, but I think this is definitely playable. It's just a little bit laggy. Well, it's decently laggy. Alright, I will be cutting out some parts of this video so y'all don't have to sit here and watch the loading out of a game screen because, oh, it's a bit rough. Let's go into Destroying Battlegrounds, which is a pretty graphically intensive game. Especially the more people that are on the battleground, the more intensive it is. Let's see if this one loads in. So far it's loading in faster, which is of course a good thing. Okay, that loaded in a lot faster. Of course we're still in those graphics as we're already getting attacked. As you know, we just loaded in. Leave me alone, dude. Of course we're getting stuck by this dragon dude. So there's a game that's on lag. It's probably going to be this one that we're testing today. Sorry, buddy, but not at the moment. I don't know what happened to us. Okay, so we got destroyed there. That dude would not leave us alone. Alright, and of course when you're in those graphics settings, you don't see everything that you would see if you're in, say, max graphics settings. So like there's not as many trees here. It's just kind of a plain, empty field for the most part. I think we're going to attack from behind. Okay. So again, there's definitely some lag here. There's no FPS counter in this game, or most of these games, except for like Arsenal, which I will show off in a bit. So there's definitely lag, but it's not the worst I've seen. And it's not great, but it definitely could be worse. I mean, again, it's playable. I don't know if it's really enjoyable, but it is playable. Alright, then last but not least, here we'll go into Arsenal. Again, this actually gives you an FPS counter. So let's see how this does. Again, we're just in lowest graphics settings. Let's see how well this loads into Arsenal. Turn sideways, that's good. So maybe Pet Simulator 99 is a pretty graphically intensive game. I do not know. I didn't think it was, but maybe it is. There's a lot of stuff going on. So again, lowest graphics settings there. Yes, I'm terrible at this game. We're probably barely going to try. Let's see where. So there is our FPS counter right there. So it's saying below 20. Oh, I've never been in this place. Say it's 16. So it's saying between like 15 to like 17 or so. And then it drops when you do get destroyed. Again, this is not the worst I've seen. I mean, again, it's playable. Even at only 16 frames per second, it's actually decently playable. It's just not gonna be the most exciting, most enjoyable. So it's playable, not most enjoyable. That's how I would put this. I mean, compare this to something like an iPad 9. I know it's a tablet, but still, something like an iPad 9, which is like a base mount iPad that is hitting 60 frames per second constantly without dipping. Again, that's way different device, way more expensive device. Well, about double the price currently. Or something like an iPhone SE, which again is $430, $400, somewhere in there. Compared to this, that again will hit around 6 frames per second. Other cheaper devices around this price range are going to do the same thing this is going to do, where it just isn't going to be great. I don't know what I hit. It's just not going to be a great for gaming. This isn't really meant for gaming. You could say these cheaper phones are less than $100 are not really meant for gaming, around $100. Not really meant for gaming. Really meant for like web browsing, YouTube watching, making phone calls and text. I mean, these games are doable, but they're not very enjoyable. But you all let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.